Welcome into Rightside Radio. I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP. And I'm looking down because I have such great fun for my friends today that we need to start the show with, because I don't know if y'all know, but we've had a lot of people on our show, and for that we are grateful. We have had amazing conversations. We are going to have Joan Reynolds on the show with us today at 3:00. She is the acting chairwoman for the Alabama Republican Party. This is huge. Also, it's her birthday. Also, we have cupcakes because
It was supposed to be a surprise.
She's not listening right now.
You don't think she listens every day?
She listens, but I know who she's with. They're not listening right now. Well, so I'm just telling you, we're going to have a great day today. We have another podcast tomorrow, another show, and then a show Friday with a ton of guests. All right. But we need a little levity.
I'm tired.
Okay. Well, look at you, pretty girl. There's your thing.
My week started off being called a heifer.
Which even my friends from childhood think is hilarious. Also, they want to fight for us. They're like, say it again. And I'm like, I'll let you know, sir. Guys.
Okay.
For fun, we're going to work on medieval slang that needs to make a comeback. Okay, you ready?
Okay, we need to guess what the words mean.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm not looking.
I don't even have to say it because I know this one is going to want to guess. All right?
Okay. Closing my eyes.
Number 1. What is a fop doodle?
Okay, we're going to need some context on some of these.
What is a
spell it? Can you
doodle?
spell it, please?
FOPDOODLE. Fop doodle.
A mistake.
JP.
Or a fork. One or the other.
I'm going to go like a food of some sort.
It's a pancake.
Guys, this is going to become our favorite word. A fop doodle is a stupid, idiotic person. Tim Walls. A fop doodle.
Maybe we replace biscuit with fop doodle.
I love it. That's going on the wall. Fop doodle.
A fop doodle board.
All right, Allison, do not look.
I'm not looking. I'm closing my eyes.
Okay, here's the word. Gourmandish. Gourmandish. GOUR.
Fancy-ish.
MANDISH.
It's like ish fancy.
Well, we've got rocket scientists listening, and so I know they know what this word means. I had never heard of it in my life.
Wait, say it one more time.
Gourmandish.
I'm thinking gourmet-ish.
You're in the ballpark. You're warm.
Or it's gigantic solar system fireballs.
So it's got to be science related.
Or not.
It has to be with food.
Food. Think food.
Oh.
Gourmandish.
A dish of
Well, you said
men.
You said rocket scientist.
Well, I'm just saying that they know words, and they know words that we
Giant
probably don't know.
Men on a dish.
Is it a cake?
It's a person who won't stop eating.
Okay.
Oh.
Like us at the end of the day with kettle corn. Gourmandish. These are words you're going to be able to impress people with, maybe at your Valentine's Day dinner. I don't know. All right.
Family
Oh, this is, I don't know how we're going to use this in a sentence, but we will. Mumble crust. Mumble crust. Mumble crust.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Yes, please.
He was a mumble crust.
Is it someone who... Oh, you want to go first?
He's like the village idiot.
Yeah.
You're close.
Okay, like is it a clown?
A mangy, toothless beggar.
Okay, so like a troll.
A troll. Mumble crust.
The mumble crust under the bridge.
This is us. Guffle nut.
Guffle nut?
Guffle nut.
Nut.
Guffle nut.
I need that. You're
Do
saying
guffle nuts?
You're saying nut. Like,
all right.
like chestnut.
Kamala Harris is a guffle nut.
There's so many things.
Kamala Harris
I can
is a
describe
guffle
her
nut.
as.
Oh, is it somebody that laughs
Giggler.
obnoxiously?
A giggly idiot.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's a good one.
Guffle
Yes.
nut.
Kamala Harris is a guffle nut. That's your sentence. Use it on people today. All right. I think I have one more. Okay, hold on. I gotta.
She can't see
This
it.
is great.
Her.
Oh,
You
okay.
need my glasses.
A
A scooper catcher.
scobber lotcher. Scobber lotcher. Or in medieval English, a scobber lotcher. The scobber lotcher. Scobber lotcher. This is a fabulous word.
You're a scobber lodger.
Scobber lotcher. JP.
You
Scobber lotcher.
I don't know.
This is a good one. This has to do with many people in the world today.
you're like a unhinged lunatic
You're close.
madman who has stupid ideas.
A slacker,
Oh.
idler, or good for nothing who avoids
Oh,
work.
That would be good.
Isn't that good?
A
A
scobber.
scobber lotcher.
Yep.
That should be our password to the treehouse.
Well, now thanks for telling everybody.
Oh, oops. All right. All right.
3 knocks.
Muckworm. Muckworm. I bet people are just shouting in their
You-
car. They know the answers.
Somebody who doesn't bathe. Muckworm.
Actually, you're right. A filthy person.
Look at that.
You got it. All right. Seriously, this
How
one.
would you know that?
Muck. Gross. Yeah.
Like you live in the dirt.
Like
This
run amok.
describes women today. Not all women.
Karen.
This describes a certain kind of woman. Gobe moosh. Gobe moosh.
Gobe moosh.
Gobe moosh. Gobe moosh.
A gossipy Karen.
Well, instead of gossipy, replace it with another word. How about people who believe everything they hear?
Gullible.
Okay. A gullible, credulous person who believes anything they hear. Gobe moosh. Gobe moosh. Gobe moosh.
Go moosh in the kitchen. Ha.
Ha, that was good. Because are we not in the state we're in because there are too many gobe mooshish women? Or women who are gobe mooshes?
There also are, well, there's a lot less, but there are also some go moosh men.
Okay, this is really
Yeah, all the men that wear skinny jeans.
all right. Two more.
It's true.
Clapper
There's
dudgeon.
Clapper dudgeon.
Yeah, don't look.
I thought you said dungeon.
Clapper dudgeon.
You're a yapper. You just run your mouth all the time.
Very
Clapper
close.
Dudgeon.
Clapper dudgeon.
Somebody that I don't know. It's somebody that claps too much.
A noisy person.
Yeah. Okay. noisy.
Oh,
Okay, and ta-da! The last one. If y'all don't get this one, I'm gonna go home. Howl bound.
you're tied up and you're howling.
You're close, so you count. Howl bound.
You're like always yelling and howling.
Very close.
And complaining. You're just yapping.
Someone who yells for no reason. My children would say I do this when I come across just random bits of information and I go, that's not yelling, that's gasping. But
Yeah.
howl bound, someone who yells for no reason, like babies.
It's usually a reason, though. Might not be a good one.
Well, maybe they just want you to come there. But howl bound. How about that for some fun words to kick off the show today?
It's interesting. Now,
Medieval slang that should make a comeback. That is also going on our imaginary quote board.
okay, the rest of the week we gotta use fop doodle at least once a show,
Okay.
which is not hard. Yeah, how many times we go that biscuit, that dingbat, that
Okay, so
dingle
fop
nut.
doodle.
Fop doodle is the word of the day.
Fop doodle.
Okay, guys out there in listener land, friends, please try to use fop doodle in a sentence. And if you do, you need to text us and tell us how. Fop doodle.
Jeff from Indiana said, in other words, a fop doodle is a synonym for Democrat. Smiling face.
Okay.
He
I think
he
today,
said it.
anytime we talk about the left or the Democrats or like Tim Walz, we need to just
Fop doodle.
Governor Fop Doodle.
Governor Fop doodle.
Congresswoman Fop Doodle.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
staged her own.
What a
What a
Fop
fop
doodle.
There, right there.
What a clever
Howl
dosher.
bound.
Yeah.
What's the gullible one? I got to go back to the gullible one.
It's funny because I came across something today on the Instas and I diagnosed myself with something. Do you know what I diagnosed myself
That's
with?
not a good thing. To
Allison,
diagnose
Oh,
yourself.
you know, this is what the kids do.
Oh, yeah.
they
what did you
all-
diagnose yourself with?
It's called TIDS. TIDS Optimist. TIDS Optimist.
What does that mean?
Do you want to guess?
Somebody
You're a
that
tidbit optimistic.
Okay, what am I a tidbit optimistic about?
Uh,
so it's something specific that you're optimistic
A
about.
TIDS a TIDS optimist is someone who's always late because they believe they have more time than they actually do.
Okay.
Oh, that is you.
Well,
and
that
so
is-
many. You're in the category of so many of my girlfriends. Yes.
It says your brain underestimates how long things take.
Okay.
You
That's
plan
fair.
for the best case scenario. No traffic, no delays, no interruptions. And life laughs at you.
Yeah.
Can I just say, inside baseball of
Abs
yesterday?
and Al.
Do it.
Oh, wait. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yesterday when we had a bunch of people in the studio and everybody was like, I get so overstimulated sometimes with stuff like this. There's like 6 conversations going on at once, and I had to be like, we got 1 minute. And I just see like everybody's just continuing to talk, and I'm like,
I saw that.
we have 30 seconds. And I was like, okay, well, if we're late, we're late. You're just gonna see me do this, and then you're gonna have to run to the chair. Yeah, but
So was she a TIDS optimist too yesterday?
well, no, I think you actually were standing in front of me talking with somebody and looked at me, and I go, we got 30 seconds. And then you looked at me, and then you went back to your conversation. And I was like,
so Allison,
I was like-
there.
am I speaking?
It's just like 1 second to the chair.
No, I know. And we
I
actually,
got this.
we went back on time, but I just thought it was funny. It's like, hello.
Sorry.
Hello.
Remember your dad's
Is it me?
your dad's analysis of my brain? She doesn't take directions very well.
It's fine.
Hence, Sinclair, go sit down. I'm good.
I'm just. Do you want me to just start saying that? Just be like a whatever description was for somebody who yells when they shouldn't. Just be like, sit in the chair now.
Yeah,
Hold
that
on.
probably would
yell.
That would get my attention.
Okay, here we go. Hold on, I'm
A
going
howl
back.
dipper.
A how
Howl
bound.
mound.
Or how? Wait,
Howl mound.
Bound.
I thought it was how bound.
Hold on. Howl bound.
Yeah, yeah.
Howl
bound. Howl bound. Okay, that's super
Is
fun.
she tied to a tree?
No, she just has a very beautiful gown on, and it's long, and she's reading a book.
Oh, she looks like she's tied to the tree.
Guys,
We got to take a break.
yeah, we do.
Don't be a flopper doodle. Fopper doodle.
Fop doodle.
Fop doodle. I'm a fop doodle. We'll be back.
to Rightside Radio. I'm Amy Beth Shaver. That is A-M-I-E, Beth Shaver, with Allison Sinclair, 2 L's, and JP, 2 letters. And before we do our montage at 2:30, I felt like that was powered by caffeine and needed better, like a moment more than I got.
That was really, I mean, that was good.
Thanks. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
I get the forum. Just keep thinking about you saying, and we have a segment called Hot Flash News, and nobody responded. She goes,
Crickets.
that's funny, y'all.
Yeah. That's funny.
Look, we are used to it by now. Y'all are used to it by now. It's fine that we take a minute. But then when you're in, you're like, oh, we're all in on the joke. And that's basically, might as well keep a light heart.
Which we do have Hot Flash News today.
We do have Hot
It's
Flash
Wednesday.
News. Yes, ma'am.
Flashing hot news.
We got lots of news today. But JP, before we get to any of that stuff, including Allison Sinclair's Hot Flash News, we have text.
Yeah, we got, so Jeremy Madison says, okay, how am I going to say this? Well, aren't y'all a bunch of hyperpolysyllabic sesquipedalianists? I don't know what word he just said. Yeah, hyperpolysyllabic
Something.
sesquippedalic. I don't know. Some
Thanks.
word.
Thank you.
Is he a rocket scientist?
Probably.
He probably is.
He's like, watch me use all
Aren't
my
y'all
words.
a bunch of
Hyperbolic?
hyperpolysyllabic sesquipedalianists?
Is this one word?
Yes.
Hey, go phonics.
Oh, stop it. That's one word. We're going to have to Google's it.
Told you we had.
Or maybe
A
he
rocket
can
scientist.
text back in and tell us what it means. 'Cause I don't think it's a compliment.
You know what? We're
maybe it
gonna
is.
we're gonna look up what it means. We're gonna copy and paste and put it into the.
Thanks, PJ.
Okay, it's not one word, Jeremy. It's actually 4. Hyperpolysyllabic spewy alienists. And
What does it mean?
so
Heifer.
hyperpolysyllabic means an adjective describing language or a style that is extremely full or of long words. Alienist, a historical term for psychiatrist or psychologist, alienated from their true nature by mental illness. Spewy, S-P-U-I. This term, these do not wait. It says this term does not appear in the search results. Okay, so AI didn't even know what spewy means.
Because he made it up.
So you're basically a little rich white girl.
Heifer. Okay, now he's saying someone. It's someone who likes to use big words, is what he says.
Oh, everybody hates those people.
They hate him. It's medieval slang.
I love medieval slang.
I think it's funny.
Isn't scallywags medieval slang?
Yes.
Because
that's pirates.
that was in high school we had a Wildcat games for football every summer. And
Illuminati confirmed.
no, there was a little later than that. But my team name my senior year was the Scallywags. That I came up with it. I
that
love
was
it.
great. That was great.
What?
Such a dork.
It's great.
What's
The
our team
Scallywags.
name?
The Scallywags.
We're gonna get them.
Okay.
Watch us go.
And
I
then-
bet every other man right now is imagining one of those kind of names that they invented for their own team, even if it was a backyard team with their neighbors.
I thought it was pretty cool.
I love it. Okay, fine.
We got Mike from Florence who says, I think I have that TIDS, T-I-D-S. And I know, and I've told my son that in my mind I can do much more in a day than I really can. I've always been like that at work and now at home. And it's worse now with my arthritis. The upside is it gives you a goal. The downside is unless you accept it, it can lead to disappointment.
That's a good word.
I mean, we need to talk about this. Mike, right? Mike from Florence.
Mike from Florence.
Because it's really every time I get to I'm here, I get to the studio, but I feel like a loser because I'm still late. But I tried so hard and I got so much done at home, but I still lose.
Do you know how much Amy Beth solve all of our problems every day before you get here?
We do.
And you're just come in and no, I'm just kidding.
Shut up. Yay. Oh, Mike, it is a whole thing. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know. We've made it this far in life, though. Okay, on the other side, montage and some news.
Mhm.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll be back.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio,
Oh.
where we have so much conversation in between. It's hard to even get our earbuds in.
We're not gonna die, by the way.
We're not going to die.
Was
know-
that on air?
Oh,
We're so gonna die. Welcome back to Right Side Radio.
Sorry.
Y'all,
You know
I don't
what?
know what's wrong with me.
Nothing. What's right with you?
Am I getting sick? I don't want to get sick.
No, you're not getting sick. All right, listen. We have a banger montage for you today. We have Joan Reynolds at 3:00. We have Hot Flash News. We also have probably the three. Basically, I want to do the three because I have a story that I am dying to share with you that every single one of you will go, well, duh. Although it will make a certain group of people mad. And I could remember the medieval slang. I'd use it to describe them right now, but it's
I'm trying to think of what story this is.
well,
Have we
it's a
talked
good
about
one.
it.
Nope. Mm-mm. Don't go looking.
Okay.
All right, JP, but I'm pretty sure you have a glorious montage for us, sir.
That I do.
All right.
For you.
You can see it down there.
Well, I don't know what to say, but I will say that I am probably the president's #1 fan.
You know, Minnesota's in the news a lot. We have Tom Homan there now. We put him in there. He's great. And they met with the governor, the mayor, everybody else, and we're going to de-escalate a little bit.
We have 30 to 40,000 American troops stationed across 8 or 9 facilities in that region. All are within the reach of an array of thousands of Iranian one-way UAVs and Iranian short-term ballistic missiles, short-range ballistic missiles that threaten our troop presence. We have to have enough force and power in the region, just on a baseline, to defend against that possibility.
The president said that he thinks that Ilhan Omar getting sprayed last night was fake. He says, I wouldn't doubt it. She's a fraud. I wouldn't doubt it if she went ahead and if she sprayed herself.
Oh, well, this person sat on the front seat on the front row, right in front of Omar, and then took off running to the right. I mean, if you're going to have somebody that's going to go after somebody, they're not going to run away from them. And that you could tell that was pretty much all staged.
Marjorie Taylor Greene had us in there in a building that was basically empty. That was the people that were supposed to be overseeing our real estate. And I asked the question, are members of Congress owning real estate? And the guys that are being rented to the federal government in Washington, D.C., and the guy said, yeah, they are. And it stopped right there. Nothing. And my staff has uncovered basically over $1 trillion of just simple duplication within these departments that nobody is willing to tackle. It's not sexy, but we're going to tackle it. And we're going to show it to the American public, and hopefully they'll back us when we go to change the structure of government.
My word.
Sorry, that was jam-packed. All that happened today, by the way. So
All today.
Yeah.
I can hardly keep up with all that.
Where was Nicki Minaj with Trump and O'Leary, Mr. Shark Tank himself?
it was some. I can look up the specific.
Was that Iowa last night?
Yes, I believe actually.
Okay.
So yeah, all this happened last night / into
So
this
24
morning.
hours.
Yeah.
Last 18 hours.
Yeah. So
I never
And-
saw that coming.
let me pull up the actual. Just
the
to confirm.
president's #1 fan.
Mhm.
God love her. I'm sure she's taking death threats and all sorts of hits. And for when we had Brandon on, I was thinking that whole interview and we didn't have time to get into it. Like, since when did Nicki Minaj become the spokesperson for Christians around the world? She's the only one that spoke out about Nigeria for a long time. And I still don't even really hear our officials talking about it. Have y'all heard anybody?
No, I haven't heard as many people as we should hear about it, because it is a massacre and they've lost thousands, hundreds of thousands. How many did he
Still
say?
Going on.
And
yeah.
it's still happening. And the president of the country claims to be a Christian and says that there's no genocide. Tucker Carlson tried to downplay it. I mean, this is what's wrong, is we criticize people like Nicki Minaj. Her lyrics are questionable. Okay. But if Nicki Minaj is the only one standing up and trying to bring awareness to something that's something around which we can gather and go, Nikki, let's talk about it. To try to stop it. I mean, isn't the end result we want to stop the massacre? I don't understand. I was horrified because I didn't realize how old this problem really was.
Yeah. It's funny how, depending on the people group that's being persecuted, that all determines what kind of coverage you get.
Yeah.
It's just not the people group. Now, I think for a minute, maybe Congress was talking about it, but it went away. But I was thinking this morning, I was like, okay, what happened to Greenland? I guess we settled that. What's going on with Maduro? Like, think about all the things that have been in the news cycle that now all of a sudden we just don't talk about anymore. Just gone.
Well, I think the last thing was on Christmas Day, Trump striking the ISIS groups in Nigeria for slaughtering Christians. But past that, yeah, it's kind of gone away.
Do they do those things because they need something for people to look at this, we're doing good?
I think that was an easy one to show Trump means what he says. I'm all for attacking. Like, I was all for that. I want America to be a force on the global stage to protect Christians. But is it something, like you said, to give like red meat, I guess? I think it's more of Trump says he's going to do something, he's going to do it, you know?
But I have to disagree. It's so weird. He is so good on foreign policy and he has done so much. But Minnesota,
I'm right there with you.
Is still melting down. And then he has a governor that should have been arrested days, if not weeks ago. And President Trump is going on now publicly saying he had a great phone call with him. Like, he just gave legitimacy to someone that deserves prison.
And so they're going to de-escalate.
That part I don't understand. And I don't understand it because I'm today years old, really understanding the Cloward Piven strategy, which is exactly what's happening in Minneapolis. And there was a great video I saved on it that might be worth playing because I bet a lot of people have heard it, but we've talked around it, but not this whole idea of purposely creating chaos so that the socialists can come in and people can come in and turn the government into becoming a socialist situation, ensuring universal basic income, enrolling so many people on welfare that it collapses the system. And so you have to understand that because for the people in Minneapolis, there's no stopping them. They believe that this is the answer. They want to swamp the system. They want it to collapse. They're not going home. And I don't think I fully understood until this morning how really awful it was that Trump now sounds like he's appeasing. He's backing down.
Yeah.
What are we doing? I have no answers except power speaks to power and we've got to do whatever we've got to do. But if we understood that strategy, like we talk a lot about strategy on the show, we've talked about Alinsky, we've talked about the communist rules and their goals, and now this. No wonder the people in Minneapolis, because they're so liberal, no wonder they're not bothered by all the Somalians taking all their money. They think it should because it furthers their strategy. That's the mistake I think Trump is making.
There's a clip. I was listening to Steve Deace this morning. There's a clip that I kind of want to play. It's long. It's maybe 4 or 5 minutes that talks about a CIA operative, and he's talking about all the ops and how Minnesota, if you just replace it with any other foreign military, it's all the same strategies and the same lines of communication and the same like the way this is all going down. It's actually really, really good. If maybe we can play it in the next segment. I just don't understand. He could have handled this so long ago. That to me, it's clear the fraud alone, not only but the lack of leadership in that city, and that they are outwardly saying they are not going to follow federal laws. Like, why are we even dancing around this anymore? And Steve Day said, and I've never heard him say it, but he said, I say all the time, don't start a fight. Don't punch someone you aren't willing to kill.
Right.
And that's what we're doing. You look weak.
Mhm.
If you're not going to end it, don't start it.
Right. I think the shooting of that protester this past weekend really shook the administration up. The Renee Good one was a lot easier to defend because she was literally trying to ram her car into an ICE agent. This one, I mean, I'll just be honest, the footage doesn't look good. If you just look at the footage, it doesn't look good. However, I would argue this guy brought a loaded gun to a protest and he got what was coming to him. Okay. But optics wise, it doesn't look good. And I think that caused the Trump administration to panic. My response would be, you need to escalate because the protesters are bringing guns to attack ICE and federal agents. We have to escalate to the point of we're just going to squash this insurrection, which is what it is. But I agree. You don't go at all if you're not going to go all the way, because now the protesters, what they hear when Trump says that we're going to de-escalate, oh, well, they're winning. Keep the pressure on. We're defeating the federal government. And it's a shame that this is the route it's going. I say again, I think they care too much about the midterms and the optics. I prioritize saving our country and getting these people out of here, but also squashing an insurrection. Because what precedent does it set with the communists that they can do this and get away with it? And then the president's going to de-escalate if you take it too far, because they were wanting some protester like that to die. They thought it was going to be Renee Good. Then they got another and they were going to use that. And I see all the NBA players that are talking about it in their press conferences and such and delaying games. That this is what they wanted, to get them to be like, de-escalate. And it's such a shame that that's the route they're going. This administration is going.
Yep. It really is. And it is, I don't know how it ends. I don't. But it is very, very concerning because the people who are funding it, bless their hearts, have no idea that they're the little apparatchiks on the ground. And Neville Singham, who's funding this from China, and whoever else is connected to Soros, are far, far away. They're not even here. They don't care who dies. They just care that they usurp American authority, and they'll do whatever it takes. So even the people on the ground don't fully get what's actually happening. But whatever Steve Day said, I agree with that. You just can't mess around with these people.
Yeah.
They are 5-year-old children who don't even understand, what is it, C.S. Lewis said, or I forget who else, Churchill, a lie is halfway around the globe before the truth has a chance to get its pants on. There's no coming back from the lie that ICE is in the wrong and these people are in the right. You cannot even rationalize with them to say, do you understand you're completely wrong? So now, because we never took care of that part, and we can't because the media is complicit, now it's on fire. And Trump's like, well, we had a good call.
Yeah. Apparently there's within the administration. Have y'all seen Stephen Miller's?
Oh, yeah.
Stephen Miller versus Kristi Noem. There's a lot of back and forth there. It's reminiscent of his first administration. And I thought maybe we could get past it. But I'm going to send you this clip and we can play it.
Can I just say one real quick before we go to break? What y'all think about Tuberville talking about Ilhan Omar? I thought that was hilarious.
He's so funny.
Yeah, it was staged. You don't run to the right if you try to go after somebody.
It's true. I mean, it's basic. Like if you're really trying to fight and take someone down, you don't dip. You go after them.
I know we're going to talk about that later in the show because it seems a bit staged, but I just thought that was funny. You don't run to the right.
If she went back up to the stage and like kept talking with some foreign unknown substance on her, correct?
Yeah, it was cider, actually.
Like it's not acid. Okay. Yeah.
Bless it.
All right. We'll take a break. We'll be back.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP. Looking forward to our 3:00 segment with Joan Reynolds from Alabama GOP. This will be a great day. Also, it's her birthday. She doesn't think anybody knows, but now everybody does. All right, JP, let's play one of our favorite podcasts. Someday we're going to get him on the show.
Yeah, it's a tall order. Someday.
Someday. But he has a lot of wisdom. How about let's hear it?
This actually isn't Steve. It's
Is it Aaron?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's amidst this backdrop that retired Green Beret Eric Schwalm posted the following on X over the weekend, quote, "As a former Special Forces warrant officer with multiple rotations running counterinsurgency ops, both hunting insurgents and trying to separate them from sympathetic populations, I've seen organized resistance up close. From Anbar to Helmand, the pattern is familiar. Spotters, cutouts, dead drops, and modern equivalents, disciplined communications, role specialization, and a willingness to absorb casualties while bleeding the stronger force slowly. What's unfolding in Minneapolis right now isn't protest. It's low-level insurgency infrastructure built by people who've clearly studied the playbook. Signal groups at 1,000 member cap per zone, dedicated roles, mobile chasers, plate checkers, logging vehicle data into shared databases, 24/7 dispatch nodes, vectoring assets, salute-style reporting, that's size, activity, location, unit, time, equipment, on suspected federal vehicles, daily chat rotations, and time deletions to frustrate forensic recovery, vetting processes for new joiners, mutual aid from sympathetic locals, teachers providing cover, possible police department tip-offs on license plate lookups, home-based coordination points, rapid escalation from observation to physical obstruction or worse. This isn't spontaneous outrage. This is C2, command and control, with redundancy, operation security, hygiene, and task organization that would make a special forces team sergeant nod in recognition. Replace ICE agents with occupying coalition forces, and the structure maps almost one-to-one to early-stage urban cells we hunted in the mid-2000s. The most sobering part? It's domestic. Funded, trained somewhere, and directed by people who live in the same country they're trying to paralyze law enforcement in. When your own citizens build and operate this level of parallel intelligence and rapid response network against federal officers, complete with doxing, vehicle pursuits, and harassment that's already turned lethal, you're no longer dealing with civil disobedience. You're facing a distributed resistance that's learned the lessons of successful insurgencies. Stay below the kinetic threshold most of the time, force overreaction when possible, maintain popular support through narrative, and never present a single center of gravity. I've spent years training partner forces to dismantle exactly this kind of apparatus. Now pieces of it are standing up in American cities, enabled by elements of local government and civil society.
That's what's happening in America. Basically, we're being overtaken by our own people.
And so my question is this, listening to what he has to say, because he is right. Do we believe, and I'm only asking this because Trump said they had a good call, and somehow we've decided retreat is great, or it's even an option. Is it because we believe we can't beat them? Or is it because we don't know how?
It's because we can beat them, but we don't like the way we'd have to beat them. We know how, and we could, but we don't like the option. And it's really the only option. Because we might lose the midterms. Dude, you're losing the midterms now anyway. You might as well burn it all down on the way out. Not in an Antifa, like Summer of Love way, but in a good way.
Right.
We'll be back with new acting chairwoman of the Alabama Republican Party, Joan Reynolds. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP. We are thrilled to be joined by a friend of ours and mentor, we can say that, Joan Reynolds, who is acting chairwoman of the Alabama GOP, and on her birthday, no less, which is why there are cupcakes on the
Should
table.
we sing now or at the end?
Well,
Like, we'll take us out with happy birthday.
JP will find a music track that sings happy birthday.
Oh my!
I think y'all can sing it.
We've
Can
done this
we?
once before for
Can
JP.
we?
It was beautiful.
It was so good.
Joan, it was beautiful.
Joan, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you all doing?
We are doing well. So there's so much to talk about. We barely even know where to start first. But for people who have heard about you before, but now you've been elevated even more, could you give us a little bit about your background and about your involvement with the party? And then we'll go from there.
Okay. Really glad to be with you all. I've seen your podcast, and it's really nice to be in your nice studio. So I appreciate you
Welcome to the
all
tree
inviting me.
house.
Well, as you know, I am from Mississippi. I was born and raised in Vicksburg, Mississippi. Graduated from the University of Southern Mississippi. Met my husband there, and I was telling somebody at the headquarters the other day. I said, I look back and I actually ran for vice president of the senior class when I was at the University of Southern Mississippi. So, and I won. So anyway,
Of course you did.
It was, and back then we had to have our signs on campus on sheets because they wouldn't you couldn't put up a billboard or anything. So we took sheets out and
Just like a little piece of paper?
no, a sheet,
Like a sheet, like a big
the-
old bed
like
sheet.
a bed sheet?
a bed sheet.
Markered up a bed
Yeah,
sheet.
we marked up a bed sheet. And so anyway, but it was a lot of fun. And I remember sitting in the cafeteria parking lot listening when Kennedy was announced that he had been assassinated. So it always kind of perked my interest. And I really didn't start getting that involved until we moved to Alabama. And so I was chairman in Butler County, very Democrat county, for about 10 years. And then, of course, when we decided to move to Birmingham, I was asked because Freddie Ard retired, and he asked me if I would take over the Shelby County party. And so I was voted in there. So that's
And when was that?
12 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about when I first met you.
Yeah.
Was that long ago? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, and it worked out well because I already had some experience. It was just that this is a Republican county and I was chairman in a very Democrat county. So there's a lot of similarities. Complacency is a little bit more so here because everybody's Republican that's in office. And but in smaller towns where they are mostly Democrat, you really get the people say, if we don't stick together and try to do something. And so I was able to get some really great people that helped me. So that helped a lot. And I'm still friends with them, So anyway, that's kind of where I got to where I am. And no, that's where I got to where I was last week.
And then it all changed.
And everything changed. And I told John Wall back in the summer, because when he was mentioning that he was possibly running for lieutenant governor, I said, because he's bad about doing things at the last minute. So I said, I went to
we
headquarters.
all know now. It's true.
Spent a lot of time at headquarters. I said, I need to get caught up on what's going on because this is an area that I have not worked in before. I've worked on the county level. And so I said, now be sure and don't let me know at the last minute. Well, Thursday, he called and said that he was announcing the next day. I said, John, I don't even have 24 hours. I said, are you kidding me? He said, well, I didn't know until just then. So I'm sorry. And I said, oh, okay. So I've literally been in this position like 3 days. And, but it's okay. I mean, the staff is wonderful. If I didn't have that staff and with Shannon and Jeannie, I couldn't. I would really be struggling.
Yeah.
So
They're amazing.
They are
I don't
great.
know if I believe that though, but Shannon and Jeannie are amazing.
Yeah.
And they've been there for a long time and they will walk you through, but you've been around with the party for a long time. Your husband, Paul, has been involved as a national committeeman. And I'm assuming you at least, even as vice chair, thinking about what you wanted, if ever given the chance, or what you wanted to work on in different years. What do you want to do at the party? Have you even gotten that far? Do you see things that need to be worked on, changed? What's your initiative?
Well, actually, I really never thought I'd be in this position, to be honest. You can always sit back and say what you would do if you were in that position.
Mhm.
But I had no clue. I had a little bit of a clue during the summer, but he mentioned that if he didn't get the Trump endorsement, then he was not going to run. So I just kind of put all my stuff aside. And, but I have always been a grassroots person. And I love working with the grassroots, the county party chairs, the members of the committee, and speaking to the groups, because I've done that for several years, and a lot of it with my strike force group rather than with party information. But that's just where my passion is, and I will be working if I'm elected in March, which I will be up for election in March to be the permanent chairman. I'll be working with the county parties, and in fact, I think we're getting ready to put out a chairman's handbook that I wrote several weeks ago, and so I think that's because I know if I work with the county chairs and I work inside the parties, I'm getting the Republicans, so many of them, because they're going to go out and do everything they can to help get people elected. So that's what I'm really going to focus on as much as anything else.
So let's see. Oh, we have time. Do we want to talk about the challenge right now? What that looks like? We have time.
We'd have time.
I think we have time.
That's going to be a doozy for you.
Yeah, we're interested in this challenge that's been issued to Tuberville, and I wondered what the party's position is, and if you have any insight for us about that.
I think mainly I'm curious the process. I don't know if because I don't think the steering committee will meet for a while. So what is the process of how this works? Because I've heard lots of different versions that you can substitute someone on the ballot and you can't. And, so what does this look like from here?
Well, when everybody qualifies, which we ended qualifying on the 23rd. So this Friday, the 30th, will be the last day for people that want to challenge somebody and say that they're not qualified. Okay, we are accepting those now. We will accept them until 5:00 on Friday. Okay, those challenges, we ask everybody that sends them in, they have to have documentation. They either voted in another primary or of another party. They either gave money to a person that was running in another party. Anything that they did to either vote for them or help them or assist them in any other party. That's one of the bylaws that says they automatically cannot be on the ballot for 6 years. So if they've done those, and which we use the GOP database, which tells everything about a person as far as their primary voting and their districts and that sort of thing, the precincts. So we use that. And so once we go into that, if they don't have a copy of it now, they're supposed to provide us with a copy of that. And so once we get that, if they didn't, we will check it. And once we get that, that's not really up for debate. That's just part of the bylaws. Yeah. And so we're getting those in now until 5:00 on Friday. And then after that, then we will have a steering committee, which is a contest committee. We will have a meeting and they will be voting on those challenges that have been brought to us.
Okay.
So are you saying that the only challenges that the committee will hear have to do with voting and donations to other parties. Will you not take on Tommy Tuberville's residency challenge? Is that what
no.
you're saying? Oh, okay.
If there is one, then of course that is a reason, that somebody can challenge. Now that we will or will not take on some challenges. We just won't.
Okay.
So we don't know, and I can't really talk about the challenges that we've had, but that's always been something that if they don't live in a district, say, and they're running in a district, then naturally they can't. They don't qualify.
Right.
So we've had those type challenges before. That the particular challenge that you're talking about, I really can't talk about that challenge.
Okay.
Can you talk about, though, because we had Ken McFeeters on yesterday who filed the challenge, and he was saying that once the primary has passed, that the party cannot substitute someone onto the ballot if say it goes to court. Say the steering committee finds Tommy Tuberville's fine with his residency, it goes to court and something happens there and he's removed from the ballot. Can the party substitute someone in that spot?
Well, there's two people running other than
right
than Tuberville.
Right.
So and really and truly it's not an area that we want to wade into because this is not something that we've done in the past. So we're looking at our legal counsel and their advice on that, but I don't know I have not heard exactly what he has said.
Yeah.
But we're going to go with whatever our attorneys tell us to do, and we just have to wait and see on that one.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know how you can be senator of a state and not be eligible to run for governor, but
Just
who knows?
Could just be us.
We've got to take a quick break. Can you stick around? We'll sing happy birthday and have some cupcakes and maybe ask you a few more questions.
You
got a few more minutes?
I'm here.
Okay. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I am Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP. Happy to be joined by acting chairwoman Joan Reynolds, who is a wonderful human being. She's a mentor to so many of us. She's even written a handbook that people probably should follow. If you've heard of the strike force, well, you probably have. You should be on it and go help people get elected, because this is a woman who doesn't just talk about it. She does it, and she takes people along with her to do so. That is what we need right now. I'm just saying. So quickly, before we have cupcakes, or you have a cupcake for your birthday, you're at work on your birthday.
Absolutely.
36, how many hours in? 72 hours in. Let's talk legislation. What are you excited about that's happening right now? What are you looking forward to that's upcoming during this session?
Well, there's one bill. I think it did pass yesterday, and I signed off on that early on, because I felt like that if anybody did some of the horrible things that they've done to minor children, so many of those children have eventually committed suicide. So that is just too much, and we've heard so much of that now. And I said, no, these people cannot get by with this and just get a sentence. They need to.
Are
know
you talking
this is
about
serious.
Matt Simpson's bill, the death penalty for child rapists? Okay,
yeah, death penalty for child rapists. And so I was glad, and I really didn't think that it wouldn't pass, but you never know, until it does. Now, I don't know. I haven't read all the legislation so far. I've looked at a few of the items that will be coming, but I have been invited to come to the caucus in Montgomery, and I will do that. And as I get into a little bit more, I'll have an opinion on some of the bills that that they'll be presenting. So, but that's a work in progress for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just not there yet.
Mm-hmm.
You're such a quick learner. You've got this. You are going to be great. I bet you're going to get a ton done.
You can run circles around people.
I don't know. You basically have run the world for a long time. This is just like one other little thing to add to you. And you got this.
It's fine.
But do talk about, you brought up the strike force, and I forgot about that. That's something that's been a passion project of yours. Tell our listeners a little bit about the strike force.
Well, I started the strike force 17 years ago with two other volunteers and myself. And actually, I had been asked my husband actually asked me, because one of the congressmen asked him, he said, they need some help in North Carolina. And do you know of somebody that can go up there? And of course, he just turned immediately to me and said, oh, yeah, I've got somebody. And so here I went to Durham, North Carolina, not knowing exactly. A lot of the new guys that during election season that they have in these offices are very young. They've never worked in politics before. So I had been around enough. They wanted me to see if I could help them out. So I got there, and it was wonderful. It was just really, really different from us. But it's a long story. At some other time, I'll be glad to give you the whole history, but it is a lot of experiences doing this. I've been in 7 different states, some of them multiple times, Florida twice, Georgia 3 times. So and my volunteers love it. I raise all the money myself. There are no expenses coming out of it except their rooms and their transportation. So, and I have senators, I have congressmen all helping me do this. And I don't know if you knew, but in 16, I took 150 volunteers to Florida to campaign for Trump.
Oh, my word.
And so they called me from the RNC and said, we need you to go to Tampa. And I said, okay, I think I can probably do that. I usually take about 25, or 30. He calls me, it wasn't a week later, he calls me back and he says, Joan, he said, I'm sorry, but we need you to go to Tampa, Jacksonville, Sarasota, Fort Myers, Panama City, and Pensacola. And I said, are you kidding me? That's 6 different locations. I said, I'm sorry, I've never done that before. And he said, well, you think you can do that? And I said, well, I'll give it a shot. I'll try. So anyway, and I mean, I really, really worked. And of course, Trump was on the ticket. I mean, you got to give him credit. He brought out a lot of people that I normally wouldn't have and still have now. So him being on the ticket in 2016 made a lot of difference. And so anyway, 2020 came around and they only gave me 5 locations. So
I know you were instrumental too in getting Glenn Youngkin elected.
Yes,
that was
yes.
a big thing.
It was a big thing. And he did a video for me.
It was very nice. Well, we have thoroughly enjoyed our time with you. I guess we'll have to sing happy birthday during the break, and you and Jeannie can have your cupcakes later. But thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it here.
All right. We'll be back.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP. Enjoyed our visit with Joan Reynolds, acting chairwoman of the Alabama GOP. We wanted to update you in case you are a person who has a challenge, but the deadline for any challenges is this Friday at noon. This Friday at noon, just in case. There are policies and procedures in place. She explained that to us so we can rest easy. But if you have a challenge or you know someone who does, this is kind of like at church. I mean, at a wedding.
Like speak now.
Where they're like, speak now or forever hold your peace. And everybody gets real nervous.
Well, Joan had said 5 o'clock on Friday and it's noon.
Yeah, it's noon.
I figure everybody's probably got their ballot challenges already written.
I'm pretty sure.
But if not, you've got 5 less hours.
Yeah, it's fine. It's no problem.
So do we have our next surprise guest on the line?
Please tell me.
Yeah.
Really?
Surprise.
Hey!
This really is.
What's up?
Hey, it's Will Ainsworth's world. We just live in it. And he says,
hello,
I'm
sir.
coming on now. How are you? What's happening in the State House today?
You know, the State House, I've had my Auburn tie on today because
War
Coach
Eagle.
Saban came by to talk about the Saban Center.
Okay.
I've had a bunch of different meetings today. We're not in session today. Spoke to the Policy Institute. They had a group down about school choice. And so, yeah, just been working away. Met with some different people on the Alabama High School Athletic Association. Not going to mention who all that is, but yes, so working on that as well. So been a busy day.
It has been a busy day, which is probably usual for you. What are you hearing from parents regarding the Athletic Association?
Yeah, so here's how I break it down. I think private school parents are really upset, very frustrated. They're mad. Your larger schools are, I would think most of your larger public schools some of them are upset. Your kind of medium-sized public schools, go both ways. Some are upset, some are happy. And then your small public schools are, 1A, 2A, 3A rural small public schools. They're the ones that are super happy, ecstatic. So it just depends on who I'm talking to. On, the feedback, the smaller public schools feel like, their arguments, private schools are out there trying to, buy championships, recruit kids. I mean, y'all have heard all the arguments, right?
Yeah.
And, I just hate it. I mean, I don't think it's a good idea to separate kids. I think public and private should pay together. I think everybody's life's important. I think when you look back on this, it's going to be a mistake. And so we're trying to just make the best of a bad situation and see if there's some room for, getting some of these problems fixed. Everything from travel to area play that doesn't make sense to, let's McGill Tool and Briarwood. I mean, like, what in the world? They don't need to be, they're huge private schools, right? I mean, they need to be playing other big schools. They're going to dominate in this new private league. And so I think, the idea of having fair and balanced competition is good and something but I don't think this was, like I said the other day, properly thought out. So we're trying to get it fixed.
Well, it's kind of like the ACC now extends out to California. And those kids are going back and forth. Like, it makes no sense at all. And so on a microcosmic level, exactly. I grew up at Briarwood when we were everybody's homecoming team, and now we are really good. And I'm proud of that. But this idea that you're going to separate schools and the idea that only private schools recruit is laughable. And we know that's not true. So I'm very thankful you're working on it. But when the news broke about this, I was, we're a sports family. I care about that. I know a lot of parents do. And we've just got to make sure that the kids can just play. Let them alone and let them just play. So whatever it takes, let's do that.
Amen. I'm with you 100%. And I think when you look at it, this all started over the fight on the Choose Act, right? And this is school choice week. And I think that's really frustrating to me, the fact that what ended up causing this whole thing is they felt private schools were going to have this huge advantage to be able to recruit kids and all this from the Choose reality is what we're trying to do in Alabama is give every child and, give parents, choice about what is the best education decision for their child. And we don't want sports to be punitive where somebody might not go to the best school because they can't play. That's crazy, right? I mean, and so, the first thing in education, we actually need to educate children. And then, secondary is sports and, making sure you learn the life lessons from that. So disappointed in how this has all been handled, but hopeful that we can, get some things hopefully put back together.
So it seems like it's getting a little petty, but maybe in a really good way, because it doesn't seem like the Athletic Association is budging. And in response, I know Jamie Keel and Brock Colvin dropped a bill last night that bans future employees of the AHSAA from being able to join the retirement systems of Alabama for teachers. And so that was just dropped last night. What else is the remedy? Like, how do we handle this? Because kids are caught up in the middle of this, and that's just tragic to me.
Yeah, I think right now there's potential for a meeting with the private schools and potentially Director Harmon and the Board of Control to talk about, potential options on that. Normally in a situation like that, you would do that before you did a decision like this. But,
Right.
So we're kind of, and I'm not sure if, at this late, can you undo it? But I think, they've got a decision to make. Do they stay in the Alabama High School Athletic Association? Do they go out and start their own association like what they have in Texas? It's called TAPS there, their own private school, and then association, and then they play against the public schools in Texas. Even though they have different associations. So that's a decision the private schools are going to have to make. But I think the AHSSA is willing to listen and try to address some of the concerns. So I think that'll be positive.
Do you think moving forward, I noticed that there was only one person on the central board from UMS Wright. And then when you got out to that larger group of people, there were only 2 private schools represented. Can they see fit to perhaps add more from if the private schools stay in the league or in the association? Could they add more representation from different types of schools? Because I was bothered by that.
Yeah, I think it's needed. I think, you need 2 or 3 at least, private school members on there just for equal representation. They're talking about doing a new private association board. I think you're going to have to look at, I think that's needed, that would oversee the private schools. I think also, potentially looking at, if they're going to keep this in effect, which sounds like they are for right now, but, some of these regions that don't have as many schools, can you potentially have a smaller area play, or a smaller region play, or you can call it whatever you want, right? It used to be called area play where it's smaller, like you only play 4 teams. And that way, you don't have teams from, like, for instance, Auburn having to drive to Mobile, right? Because that's just not function. That's not going to work. When we talk about, okay, you got to, maybe on Friday nights, occasionally that could work if it's an outlier, but on normal weekday sports, basketball, if you have a baseball game, you can't drive 3 hours somewhere and go play a game and then get back home. It's just not going to work. So I think some of that stuff was the unintended consequences of just rushing something through, but I'm hopeful they're going to end up fixing this. So you can tell I feel somewhat good about that, but we'll see what happens.
Okay, while we have you on the phone, shifting gears a little bit,
No, I'm not running for Senate.
I wasn't even going to ask that. But thanks for clearing that up after qualifying. You could have done it before, but no. Okay, I wasn't going to ask that. I was just going to ask, what else is happening in the State House? What are you hearing? What are we looking at? Beginning of session, what are the bills people are talking about?
Yeah, so I think right now everybody's trying to figure out the budgets, find out priorities on budgets. One thing I'm excited about to be in School Choice Week, Governor put in her budget $250 million. That'll make it universal for, pretty much every child in the state that'd like to have it. That's a big deal. So I think budget priorities right now are going on. We've got a list of military bills we're working on with different sponsors and trying to get those passed. Already passed a few of those. And then there's just, your normal routine stuff, agency bills, that we got to get through, local bills, confirmations. But I'll be honest, it's a pretty uneventful session so far, in that, it's just, that's not always bad because our constitutional duty is to do the budgets. And sometimes there's a lot of bad bills that get passed. And then there's a bill that I've been real interested in and pushed hard for. That's we call it the LifeWise bill, but it deals with religious instruction in school. And I think we're going to get that passed this session.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So that's something that I know we've been working on, and I think we finally got an agreement with the superintendents, and want to thank them for that, for working with us. Because, last year they killed our bill, right? And so we were able to get that worked out, and that's going to be great because, if you're in a public school, you're now going to be able to go off campus and have a Bible class. I think that's awesome. And great opportunity, and also get some elective, credit for that as well. So it'll be good.
That's awesome.
Okay. Well, if the Republican supermajority is going to let us go to Bible class, can we get porn out of the kids sections of libraries, or are we just not interested in that this session either?
No, I think so. My understanding on that is that the library board is kind of putting the hammer down and doing their job on that. But certainly, if we need to, if there's some legislation that needs to be passed, beef that up more, give them more teeth, or whatever we need to do. I think the library board's done a pretty good job of, kind of holding them accountable. I don't hear much about that anymore, but every now and then you got some, a few that kind of try to buck the system. But yeah, that's a no-brainer, right? And it's crazy that we're even talking about that.
Well, you would think so, but it's been like 4 years trying to get that passed, and every year I get the same answer. We just ran out of time.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I know, is this Wednesdays with Will? Has that started? Can you put us on your rotation of Wednesdays with Will?
There you go. Yes. Wednesdays with Will. Absolutely. Hey, I'm proud of y'all for doing the show. So
thank you.
It's y'all are doing great.
Well,
thank you.
Appreciate that. Thanks for finally coming on.
Yeah.
I've only been asking since we started in November.
Basically made our day.
And dodging us.
This is your first Wednesday with Will, everybody.
Absolutely. Happy to come on anytime. And if y'all need anything, or you got any questions, or any suggestions, let me know. And y'all have a great day.
Don't say that, because we actually will. We'll let you know. Don't you worry.
I get suggestions from Allison all the time, so you can join in.
Thank you. Happy to. Thank you, sir.
You're asking for it. You're asking for it.
All right.
Y'all have a great Governor Will Ainsworth, thank you for the call.
Yep.
We got to take a break. We'll be right back.
Okay, you guys, welcome back
She's
to
grocery shopping.
Well, there's a BOGO sale at Sprouts. And the stuff that I like is on sale. And I'm trying to figure out if I could make a pickup on my way home. I'm going to still work on that when we actually have a break.
Do you know I placed an order yesterday for grocery delivery and it got canceled? Do you know why?
Why?
Because there's nothing on the shelves because people can't get the things to the places because of the ice and the snow.
Oh yeah, the raging blizzard there was.
Wait,
there is a blizzard.
Are you telling me that which
so
place
finally
did you order from?
I ordered it from Whole Foods, but last night I finally went to Sprouts and there's nothing on the shelf.
Okay, well then I'm not going to place my order.
Sprouts.
I love Sprouts.
What's wrong
What
with
do you
Sprouts?
mean?
This is my favorite.
We should probably record us shopping
That's
at
Aldi.
Sprouts.
I like Aldi too.
do
Or is it
you?
Aldi?
Aldi.
But there's no two L's.
It's Aldi.
It's okay. Anyway.
All right, look.
Good luck with that
so,
grocery.
No, I'm not going to order it then. Okay. So I told you I had more fun. Okay. Unless we want to be very serious, but I've got a betrayal list or I have
a betrayal list.
Yeah, but it's funny. And I can save that because I'm going to just throw this out here because we haven't gotten to this story this week. All right. Are you ready? Did you see the unhinged nurse from Boca Raton, Florida, wishing Caroline Levitt trouble? And then there was another lady, I think somewhere in the north. I don't know. Who knows? Well, I would like to let everybody know, especially if you're going to have a baby in Boca Raton, Florida, that Lexi Lawler is no longer employed. She was fired. So thank you to whomever fired her. She deserved it because the things that she said were absolutely unhinged. Now, is it just me, or have you noticed an uptick in people saying unhinged things?
So she was saying that she wished that Caroline Levitt would have like this terrible delivery and basically that she would die and her baby would die. And then I saw a clip of another anesthesiologist nurse saying that he wasn't going
At VCU?
Yes. He wasn't going to work on conservatives or what did he say?
Correct.
Is that what he said?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, and it's just crazy. And then did y'all see the attorney general guy that's running
from Ohio
attorney general that said, let me clarify, as this was better. Let me clarify how I'm going to kill Donald Trump. Literally said that. And he went through the legal process of how he was going to convict Donald Trump and get him put on death row and kill him.
What? I mean, if Republicans did this, what would happen to us?
We'll surely die.
We'd be under the jail.
It was actually one of the good things that came from Charlie Kirk's death was all of the liberals that got expelled from school, fired from their jobs because of the outrageous things they were saying about Charlie Kirk. And of course, whenever that happens, it's like, what happened to y'all being the party of free speech? It's like, no. There's actually rules of social discourse, and we're not going to put you in jail for what you said. But if there's going to be punishment for Republicans for saying things that are common sense, you can get fired from your job and can get ostracized and expelled from your school if you say something so insane like how Caroline Levitt, discussing things about her and how they're going to kill the president, like stuff like that. It's a good sign in my opinion, because that means it plays both ways, and rightfully so. Okay, if we're going to get attacked for saying common sense things about the COVID vax and stuff like that, you can lose your job for saying you want somebody to die. I think that's more than fair.
Yeah,
so,
I agree.
I think it's a good thing for sure.
I absolutely agree.
Ever in your wildest dreams, I don't care if you're my biggest enemy. I could wait. Let me think about that.
Think very carefully.
Think about the specific people. Like, do you know
about it?
I don't think I could ever say some of the horrible things. I don't care how much I disagree with you. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. Like, I don't want anybody to suffer. I don't want anybody to die. I want you to shut your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to punch you in the throat, but I don't want you to die. Just maybe hurt a little bit.
I don't want to punch him in the throat. I want to punch him in the face.
Okay.
And I just want you to maybe suffer. But yeah, we wouldn't say those things. And so I'm just wondering if our listeners are also noticing the increasingly unhinged comments that people are making. The sad thing is, I totally agree with you, JP, but imagine we have created a culture where they feel safe enough to do something like that.
You know what? Dean Odell called me a heifer, and I support that. He can call me a heifer.
Yeah, whatever. He called me a heifer. He called us heifers.
Yeah, and he should have the right to call us heifers.
A pair of heifers.
I'm not even mad about it.
Hmm.
I don't think. We're young.
Sort
young
of.
cows, not old cows. Okay, we're going to do some news maybe after I get the sprinkles
Hot
off the
flash
table.
news.
Oh, I do have hot flash news. Okay, hot flash news on the other side. We'll be back.
Welcome to Rightside Radio. I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP. Having a great Wednesday. We've gotten to talk to Joan Reynolds, acting chairwoman of the Alabama GOP. Remember, if you have a challenge, it has to be in by noon on Friday. We had the opportunity to have a surprise phone call, the first of our Wednesdays with Will. Thanks, Allison. Although he did say I could text him suggestions or get in on the whatever thread, y'all. I mean, you're on so many text thread, it blows my mind.
What he just said.
She told me about 30 seconds before the segment started, too. She was like, Will wants to call in. Oh, okay, when? Now.
Get on that, JP.
Okay.
Here we go. So now we come to that blessed event on Wednesdays called Hot Flash News.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Whoever edited that to make it even better was awesome. That would be JT.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't somebody call you JT
Yes.
at the forum?
I'm walking out of
My bad.
I'm walking out of the room towards y'all in the crowd of all these people, and I'm just like, okay, and I just hear JT, and I'm like, who was telling me an inside joke in front of all this? But yeah, they did.
I just want to know if anybody's called Lloyd Peoples Floyd yet.
Also on me.
Oops.
Sorry.
Abs. All right. My first story for hot flashing news is a doozy.
Okay.
Keep up with this one.
All right.
And I don't even know if there's any follow up, but I came across this and I had to read it. UK filmmaker Mark Christopher Lee claims he was contacted by a Trump administration insider who says President Trump has already written a historic UFO disclosure speech confirming humanity is not alone. Lee initially said the speech was planned for a UN address and then later claimed the insider provided a specific date, July 8th, 2026, tied to the Roswell anniversary.
Huh.
Interesting.
I believe it.
You think he's going to give a speech?
Well, first, I think they are real. And second, I'm sure Trump has a speech ready if he decides to drop that nuclear bomb. Yeah.
Okay. Do y'all both think that if they are real, are they demons?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do not believe in
ETs.
other galaxy planet, like the studies show
Far
that
away.
we are in the Goldilocks zone, I think it's called. So I think they're just here.
Okay. What do you think?
Gosh, Jared, my husband's listening. And we go back and forth about this a lot. I think we aren't the only ones here, but I'm guessing they're spiritual beings. Yeah. But then I think, how in the world, in this entire gigantic universe of world and cosmology, not cosmetology, can we be the only ones here? That's a little elitist, but there's something weird. But I'm curious, what is the talk about, like that it's a psyop or that the government is the aliens are like the final psyop, the final, y'all know what I'm talking about?
I know
Yeah.
why.
Why?
Well, specifically with dispensationalists, they think that it's a psyop to explain when the rapture happens, is that there were aliens, and then the aliens are going to be the extraterrestrial threat that needs a leader to defend us against, and that's where the Antichrist comes in. So it's a whole God, what's the name of it? Operation Bluebeam is a conspiracy that they're going to fake an alien invasion, and they're going to know right when the rapture happens, and they're going to say that it's an alien abduction of all of these Christians, and we need a leader against these people. And then they bring in the Antichrist. That's the belief.
Which is such a great explanation. But I think back to thinking we're the only ones. If the sun, the moon, and the stars declare his handiwork, doesn't it make it exquisite and extraordinary that we are the ones he created and put on this planet? So when he says, have no fear, and he says that to us 365 times, or that we're the apple of his eye, that it makes it exquisite and extraordinary, that we are the only ones. Like, that's incredible.
Yeah.
And so that should give us great confidence in our Savior, who doesn't need us, but he loved us and created us anyway. But when I think about the galaxy and you look at the Hubble telescope and you hear all those sounds out there, that the angels are a little bit lower and there are things they're not allowed to look into, but then he created us for him. That's extraordinary. And to me, because you can't not ask the question, are we the only ones? That's just I think everybody's asking that question. It's a great question. But when I stop to ponder it, the older I get, the more I rest on, wow, he loved us. This is unbelievable. How much more does he have planned for us in eternity? But then how much more confidence can we have in him now? That's where I fall on that the older I get.
Well, that was a lot. I just want to tell you all the aliens are coming.
They're coming.
They're already here.
They're here.
On July 8th.
They're demons. On July 8th.
July 8th.
Can we go to your lake house?
2026, yes.
Can we go there?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll be there
I mean,
together.
I bet aliens can still find the lake house. But I
They
mean,
probably
maybe
could. But I mean, if we're all together, if ours
That'd
isn't
be more
done,
fun.
we're just going to go to your house.
Yeah,
and we're just going to hang out and be like,
It'll
get
be fun.
us.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Emerald Robinson is reporting that a former Dominion executive, Eric Comer, has admitted to working with foreign actors in the 2020 election per court orders, and he was deposed yesterday.
Wait, what?
I don't know. 2020, this Dominion executive, so ES&S, Dominion, that goes back to Venezuela, that goes back to Maduro.
Okay.
And
This-
Palantir.
and-
No, I'm sorry. Sorry, I did. That's all right. Like, continue.
So this Dominion executive admitted in court, apparently, that he worked with foreign actors during the 2020 election.
Well, did y'all see FBI? They also raided a Fulton County election center today over 2020. So
This is delightful.
the timing seems conspicuous.
And they have Maduro in custody. So, like, is Maduro talking and naming people?
I would think so.
Because Maduro disappeared real fast.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
It's so odd.
Gone.
Hmm.
Bye-bye. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Deuces. All right. It's being reported that Senator Katie Britt just disclosed a purchase of JP Morgan while sitting on the Senate Banking Committee. JP Morgan is now up 27% since her purchase. Because she violated the Stock Act by disclosing this trade hundreds of days late. She's now been fined $200. So her response was that her financial broker advisor made these investments and they didn't know about it, and they didn't file anything with the Senate or disclose these purchases or sales. And as soon as they found out, they did file. So is the issue that she's trading stocks and she sits on the committee, or is it that she was late disclosing the stocks? JP?
I think it's, well, first of all, she blatantly did violate the act of doing it way, way, way late. And also, it wasn't just JP Morgan. It was actually seeing nearly 24 late disclosures. So it wasn't just that one. But
Wait. 24 disclosures from her?
Yes. So not just JP Morgan. I'm seeing also here Amazon, Apple, ExxonMobil, Microsoft, Nvidia, United Health Group, Visa, Walmart, United Parcel Service, and JP Morgan. So it wasn't just that one. It was a lot of them. I think I have a problem. If you're serving on a committee like that, you just you have more knowledge than the average American citizen. That's why stuff like the Stock Act is in place. So yeah, I have an issue. I think congressmen and congresswomen should be banned from doing all of that because of the insider trading. But also the penalty is $200.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like less than a speeding ticket. So,
but I'm going to play devil's advocate because they haven't outlawed stock trading yet. Apparently this was Wesley Britt's investor or investments. Is her husband. I mean, if you are in Congress, are you supposed to just stop being in the market? Like, I mean, maybe so, but I don't really know how, besides being late. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, the late thing stinks.
Oh.
And I don't know why you would, people are going to find out. So I don't know why you would purposefully be late because it only draws more attention to it. And then she said when they found out, they immediately filed it. But if it's not illegal, how can you be upset that she's
Well, no. So Katie Britt's just playing the game that
right?
So yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But if you're asking me, should the game be that way? Then no.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I mean, Katie Britt broke or violated the Stock Act. She paid her fine, and she's going to go on her way. So yeah, I mean that's. But if you're asking me, should it be that way? No, I don't think so.
Okay. And how far out should the circles go? Like you, if you're in Congress or whatever on these committees, your spouse and your kids, or where do you stop the circle of who can't trade? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you technically can't keep like the wives and husbands from trading, but
you can't because half the time you have no idea what your spouse has done or what they've bought. You just don't know. It's not like, oh, hey, over dinner, I just wanted to tell you all the stocks I bought today.
It's
or our broker bought.
Yeah. It's not going to, I mean, yeah. So I'm not so sure people are melting down on X about this. What should I do anything else that everybody else isn't doing?
Right. But it's just another example. They see the Nancy Pelosi's, they see all the others that are getting away with it. And, it went up 27% right before you put your thing on and you only get to pay $200. Why? I don't get that privilege. So that's why people are outraged. It's just the system. But yeah, I'm not accusing Katie Britt of doing anything other than what everybody else does, but it's just another example of.
Yeah. So what would happen to us if we did that? Wouldn't we go straight to jail?
Yeah. Isn't that why Martha Stewart went to jail?
I just wanted to have memories refreshed. That's all. I don't know, but you're right. Not doing anything else anybody else isn't doing.
They all need to probably go to jail.
Every single one of them.
It's kind of like the Alabama basketball player that came back after. It's not illegal. You can go to the pros and come back and go back to college. It's unsavory, but kind of stinks.
Do you want to go ahead and take a break and do the rest on the other side?
I have so much more. Can we do that?
Yes.
Okay. We'll be back.
So I want to remind you, Inspire Advisors is one of our sponsors, and they are doing amazing work. Look, I know this audience. You're the kind of folks who believe in standing up for your principles. You're good stewards of what you have for resources. What if the companies you are investing in, though, don't reflect your values at all? Well, that's why you need to meet Paul Breyer and his team at Inspire Advisors. Inspire Advisors, experts in the field of biblically responsible investing. Look, they can help you grow your bottom line while also being proud of what companies you invest in. Inspire Advisors. You got to check them out. Here's their website, www.moneypatternwealth.com. That's Inspire Advisors, www.moneypatternwealth.com, and tell them you heard about it on Rightside Radio.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP, rolling through a Wednesday and finishing up hot flash news because Allison has more hot flash news. And aren't we glad?
Do y'all remember who Rick Wilson is when I say that name? Do y'all remember him?
No.
How can you not remember?
Who is he?
The Lincoln Project. Weirdo.
Oh, yes. Okay, I know this guy. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, weird.
The creepy profile picture guy.
Yes.
Okay.
And with Lincoln Project, Kellyanne Conway's husband, George.
George.
Remember that?
Yeah. He's a biscuit.
Listen.
He's a fop doodle.
A fop doodle. That's the new word. Okay. He's melting down. He said that he wants Jewish White House official Stephen Miller to be the first person hung at the Nuremberg trials.
What?
Yes.
Why?
Because he hates, he said, I know I'll get canceled for saying this. I know I'm going to get in trouble. I want Stephen Miller to be the number one in the Nuremberg trials when this is done. The first one that is tried and convicted and effing dangles.
And he actually believes it too, I'm sure.
I don't know what this is about,
understand.
but again, people are losing their minds, and he thinks that's okay. That's okay. You actually just put out on social media that you want someone to hang and be the first to do so. It's just gross, and he's just gross.
Yeah,
he's
he's a
always
gross
been
dude.
gross. He looks. I probably can't say that.
You can say he looks allegedly like a perv. I said
Yeah.
He looks like hypothetically if
Allegedly.
someone were,
If they did, you just get
Yeah.
that vibe from him, that dusty vibe.
Like it's not a good one.
No, you don't feel happy.
Mm-mm.
You look at him and you go,
Ugh, it gives me the hibbity jibbities.
okay, sorry.
Gross. Hey, listen up, college students. Governor, why is this funny?
I don't know why.
It's not.
I don't even know what you're saying.
Governor Kay Ivey has opened the application period for the governor's office summer internship program.
oh boy.
JP. In addition to all the rest of what you're doing, go there too.
You can spend 9 weeks in Governor Ivey's office.
Should I do it and become like the right side mole inside the governor's
Now
mansion?
everybody heard it. Yeah.
Hypothetically.
I'll
apply as JT.
James O'Keefe. James O'Keefe it.
I'll be JT in that
Okay.
crowd.
No one would have a clue.
I took a semester off of college and went and did an internship with the Tennessee legislature. It was one of the best decisions I ever made. I learned so much. It was awesome. And I think they would get a great experience in Montgomery, but I'm guessing it wouldn't be the most exhilarating person to
You
work
don't
for.
say?
I don't know how else to say it, but quick, you better get your applications in before it fills up.
How long do you think it would take me to effectively become governor and with the auto pen access and such?
About a day.
The shadow government or
About
the
a
shadow
day.
governor.
Yeah.
I cannot.
What?
Okay, I'll just say I can't believe she's still governor.
I can't either.
I would hate to tell the kids who are applying, they're probably not going to see her that much.
Yeah, and you'll get to do some things, and I'm sure there are great people that run the office.
As you laugh.
Oh, anyway, you can fill those forms out online. All right, so Anna Paulina Luna is saying that she has a coalition of Republicans that are refusing to pass any appropriations bill. So all these appropriation bills that the House passed go back to the Senate. And she's saying if they come back to the House, which they probably will, that she has a group of Republicans that will not sign any appropriations bill unless it includes, no matter what, the SAVE Act. And the SAVE Act is the voter integrity, like laws for the entire country. I don't know why any Republican wouldn't sign on. I don't know why any Republican wouldn't make that a line in the sand. I think all Alabama of the delegation. I know Katie Britt was kind of slow to speak out in support of it, but she did. She put out a statement. She said that she was gone when they were sending around the bill to co-sign on it, and that's why she wasn't co-signed. So she has committed to it. But why is that even? I mean, Anna Paulina Luna is on Fox News saying, I've done this great thing and I have committed all the Republicans to stand for election integrity. Why should you even have to whip that vote up at all? I don't get it.
Such a great question.
But yay.
Let's take a look at the voting record and who votes against that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's a
again,
good one.
it goes back to like the videos that I've done is that there's some great things in these bills, but you've got to be willing to not vote them through if there's something that is really important to America. Because we're at year 250 and I'm like, are we making it to 275? I'm not quite sure. That's a good question on the other side. How long do you think we make it? No, we need to end on a happy.
Yeah, let's say we got to do the 3 or something.
Yes.
Okay.
I got a good story for that.
Fine. Tomorrow. We'll be back with some news.
Hey, my friends, Phil Williams here. You've heard me talk about Inspire Advisors, how Paul Breyer and his team at Inspire Advisors will help you grow your investment portfolio while also screening out the companies that don't stand for conservative Christian principles. Look, they are experts in what is known as biblically responsible investing, and they are now offering a limited opportunity for a free class on that BRI. Check out the class, register for free, their website, www.moneypatternwealth.com. It's godly, it's conservative, it's financial freedom, y'all, with Inspire Advisors at www.moneypatternwealth.com. Check them out. Tell them you heard about it on Rightside Radio.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP. Allison?
Sorry, I was looking for my next, we're going to do the 3, and I just went through all my, and it popped up. It is a video of Nicki Minaj in all her glory giving Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, a hug. And it's like the most odd couple ever. What is happening?
No one knows.
Take the world and dump it out.
No one knows.
I don't
Do you
even
think
know.
Mike Johnson knows a word of any of her songs?
Yeah, he knows.
He
You make my
does.
heart go boom, ba-doom, boom, boom.
Rihanna, how are you?
That's what happened. Yeah, that's what he knows. That's all. That's the only bit of a lyric he knows from her song, because it's the only one you can actually say out loud. The rest of it you got to ignore.
Okay, abs. Story time.
Dying for the story. Allison, JP, friends in listener land. This is from Not the Bee. Remember how we've talked about plane crashes over the last couple of years? And they're not funny because we've been on the horrific end of a plane crash before. All right. So I say this with all respect for the horror that plane crash causes in people's lives. All right. Out there.
What are you about to say?
As if you have to say that.
Well,
I have to say it because people's is crazy. But a former White House lawyer says female and minority pilots caused 66% of pilot error crashes since 2000, despite being less than 10% of the workforce.
What a stat.
And again, I'm the only one who can read that story out loud as the certified black enough commenter.
Wait, no, I'm a woman.
And you're a woman.
And I can't drive.
But according to an op-ed from a former White House lawyer, Daniel Huff, DEI in the airline industry is still putting thousands of people in danger. His analysis of every plane crash caused by pilot error since the year 2000 revealed something insane. Women and minorities representing less than 10% of pilots, yet were factors in 4 out of 6 crashes, which equals 66%. President Trump ordered the DOT to end its DEI practices early in his presidency, but that has not stopped airlines from continuing to engage in the practice. According to Huff's report, Delta CLO, I don't know what that means, Peter Carter declared in January 2025 that the airline is steadfast in its commitments, calling them critical to our business. United's Training Academy maintains its goal of ensuring 50% of its graduates are women or minorities. And Southwest still pledges to recruit, hire, and retain a diverse and inclusive workforce. American agreed not to impose illegal quotas, but that leaves plenty of wiggle room. So, could we just go back to hiring people who are really good at their jobs and forget dividing by race or by sex? I'm not going to say gender anymore. I'm over that. You're either a boy or a girl, by race or by sex. Could we stop with that? Because it's stupid and people are being hurt because of it.
We could say DNA.
We could. That's good.
No, that is asking too much for these Looney Tunes. And it's gotten to the point that when we get on a plane, I peek my head around the corner.
I was just about to say that.
To see
really
who's up there. Yes. I mean, if we're 2 men flying, we're good. If there's a female in the pilot seat, but the co-pilot is a male, probably not walking off. We got 2 women up there. I'm catching the next flight. I don't care if I'm late to the party. Like, not going to happen. What was it a few years ago when the woman, ship driver ran that giant ship? It was either she bottomed it out or remember the one that ran into the bridge and took the whole bridge out?
Yeah.
That was a
in
woman
Maryland?
too. Yeah. Giant bridge. Lots of water, lots of openings, and she nails it straight into the pylon.
Just don't hit the bridge.
You know what Babylon Bee says? Airlines offering $100 upgrade where you're guaranteed an old male pilot named Steve.
I like
But yeah,
that.
I do that subtly. Like, when the flight attendant is welcoming everybody in and it's like, hey, how are you? Hey. And I always do like the
check left.
Yeah, like the hey, how are you doing? Hey. Like I do like the side eye. I mean, I'm not gonna do anything, but I would just like to know what my nervous level needs to be as I'm sitting in my seat.
I'd like to know how quickly I'm going to die.
I need to properly prepare.
Show you die.
Yeah, no, I hate flying in general. I just don't really like it. Not the act of flying itself, but like the constant, like being in a tube with all these people in the air. But their lives are in the hands of the pilot. Okay. So if you want a virtue signal, do it for literally anything else. Like we can talk about the corporate that's just as bad too. But when it's people's lives are at stake, just do it based off of merit, like it's not because it's more than just being a cute little pilot. Have you seen the TikToks of like the girls or it was that one passenger that was like, we have an all woman flight crew. And she's like crying. She's like, I just had to get a video with you guys because of all. It's more than just wearing a cute hat and being, taking selfies on.
Here's what I want. If you are a pilot, just tell me that you, like my friend's daughter, who is an amazing pilot, just started pilot training. I want to know, did you go to one of the academies? Like where I can trust you? Or did you just go to Zane's flight service, in the middle of nowhere because you wanted to be a pilot and then you worked your way up? I don't want to know. I want to know, just because you're a girl doesn't mean I respect you as a pilot, because I'm sorry, we're not good drivers. Okay. Just ask my tires. We're not good drivers. Better than most, but we're not good. And we could have told you, instead of developing conspiracy theories about that bridge that the lady took out in Maryland, we should have just said, that was a lady. The plane that flipped over, that was a lady. And you could have said the horrific situation over the Potomac, that was a lady. So
you had to bring them all up, didn't you?
I did. So what are we doing? I mean, think about someday we're going to be doctored by people who went to DEI doctor school. We're going to be cared for. Our accounting is going to be done by people who went to DEI accounting school. I mean, think about it. And we're going to have to look at them in the face and say, are you stupid? You really believe? Because I've heard some of the things that are coming out of these youngins' mouths when it comes to these professional careers. I want to know if you're good at your job. That's all I care about. Stop with all the nonsense.
That's the thing. Like, there are some women out there that I'm sure can fly planes very well, maybe even better than a man. Hire them. I'm great with that. But when you start, I'm hiring you just because you're a woman or just because you're black or brown, we're just not doing that. And then that stinks, because then every woman you see in the cockpit gets nailed as like just a DEI hire. And she might have been like Top Gun Maverick.
Exactly.
Penny. Wasn't that her name? Penny?
I think it was Penny.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. She might be Penny.
It's a good point.
Fly that plane like nobody's business. But I just think you're some floozy that wanted the cute hat.
And she's probably not wrong.
Who's next?
JP?
Okay. We've got to talk about it. Just even if it's for a little bit. It was in the montage. Ilhan Omar's quote attack today. Okay. My initial gut reaction is not to go the conspiratorial route.
Right.
My initial reaction is like, come on. I mean, if you show me some evidence that proves otherwise, then I can be on board. But I don't initially go there. When you watch the video, I know y'all can't see it, but I'm just going to put the video up for the live streamers if they want to watch. The guy's sitting front row, like literally right in front of her, where she's speaking. And she actually looks up and makes eye contact with the guy right before he goes and sprays her. Like what? She's looking around, doing her speech. And then she literally looks up and makes eye contact with him right before he stands up to do what he did. And everybody's clapping, and she just goes like a little and goes back down. And that's when he stands up and goes and sprays her with apple cider vinegar.
Which can hurt like a mofo if you've got a cut or something.
He didn't even aim for the face. Why, do you think she had a paper cut somewhere? That's what he was aiming for?
I mean, maybe. I'm just saying you could do some damage in a cut or an eyeball.
But that's the thing. He didn't even shoot the spray into her face. It went straight into her chest. Okay. So not only was
You're
it
going to get a text.
not only was it not pepper spray, not only was it anything serious, and it wasn't shot at her. What do y'all do? What? You're gonna get text from
JP,
him.
we're so sorry.
Keep going.
So yeah, I don't know. I think with the state of Minnesota right now and the Somalian fraud scheme, and Ilhan Omar's probably feeling the heat a little bit. Maybe she wanted to have somebody attack her so that she could be like, President Trump's inciting these people to come and spray me during my press conference, and shift the attention away from her. And if that was the case, I don't know for sure if it was staged, but it certainly looks like it.
It does. It looks like it's staged. It's what she said.
What, a cut?
Yeah, the cut. She's hilarious. She is on fire today, if y'all haven't noticed. And JP, you are 100% right. Ilhan Omar. Ilhan Omar absolutely staged it like that hoax cat in New York City that was the actor.
Jussie Smollett.
She got Smolletted, except she was Jussie. And she did whatever. Yeah, right?
Yeah, not Jussie.
She did it. Do you realize how bad at crime these people are? Like how bad at faking, how ill-informed Ilhan was, and her own setup was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, bless her heart. And she needs to go away.
Well, and from the quick video I saw, the guy, I can't look at you, Abs. The guy that threw the apple cider vinegar looked like a liberal. Like, find a conservative guy that at least looks maybe MAGA.
You mean like in not flannel?
Yeah.
Like a
with
like
all
a
the
golf
beanie.
shirt, no beanie.
Where's your
regular
master's
hair.
polo, dude?
Yeah, exactly. Get a clue. Like a nice little North Face jacket, trimmed nails, smells good. Pick somebody like that. Anyway.
Okay.
We should probably go.
Allison's got to do her story.
It's going to be really quick. So, did y'all see that? And there's a clip of it, but I haven't listened to it. I'm sure he doesn't say mofo or anything. But New Yorkers are in a state of shock after Ugandan mayor Zoran Mamdani says New York City now faces a fiscal crisis at a scale of the Great Recession. His plan: raising taxes on wealthy New Yorkers and profitable companies. Well, is anybody shocked? Yeah, I mean, like, nothing is free, dingies. Nothing is free. This city is about to collapse, and we knew it. Everybody can see it. And why the left can't understand that? Like, you got to have people work to make the money to fix the sidewalks and to pick up the trash and to make the city run. And now he's saying they're going to have to raise taxes. Like, people are going to start fleeing if they weren't already. New York City. And they just lost their number one spot for the wealthiest place in America.
Who'd they lose it to?
I can't remember. I should have paid attention more.
But not NYC anymore.
Yeah. So
wow. Surprise.
It's already happening. I knew this would go down, but I didn't think it would be now.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be a little later.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Continue.
I think we should go to break. And then we'll have a few minutes to play Would You Rather? Right?
We do.
Right. You still have your spinning wheel?
It didn't go. It didn't wheel away.
It didn't wheel away.
No, it's still there.
JP, you wanted a fun show. I think you
got
got it.
Yeah, we did.
We'll be back.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. We have had an amazing day today, being able to talk to a lot of people. We got to talk to Joan Reynolds. We were able to talk to Will Ainsworth. Thank you, Allison. And then just have excellent conversations about what is going on in the news. Now, as we wrap up every day, like we always do, we would like to play Would You Rather?
I don't know why.
Let
I'm
the wheel
nervous.
decide your fate.
It's like every day,
Already asked this
walk
question.
the plank. Is there another wheel?
There is. There's a lot of ones on this, but somehow keeps you. Okay. Would you rather wake up naturally every day but struggle to fall asleep, or fall asleep instantly but need an alarm to wake?
Fall asleep instantly.
Yeah, I agree with
Gosh.
you.
Going to sleep is a whole thing when you're old.
Oh, I mean, it's just, and then when the tired's hit you, you're probably still finishing up in the kitchen, and then you get upstairs and you're like, oh, I gotta wash my face and do all the things. And then you get in bed and you're sitting there for like an hour going, why can't I fall asleep?
Nothing
And
makes
then
me
you do.
more mad than literally Jared will be like, okay, I'm going to bed, watching a basketball game, whatever we're doing. And I'll literally be 30 seconds behind him, and I'll go in and he's snoring like that.
It's not fair.
And then I still have to do all the things. And then it takes me an hour. So I don't care to have an alarm clock. Do you? What would you rather do?
Yeah, I'll do an alarm clock. I don't know. It's not that I have an issue physically falling asleep. Well, sometimes I do. It's choosing to stay awake.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, okay, there is times where I can't fall asleep and I'm like,
yeah.
But most of the time it's, not wanting to go to sleep and wanting
What
to
do
stay
you want to
awake.
do instead?
Well, I mean, I just have so much like on my brain. Instead of having racing thoughts while having my eyes closed trying to fall asleep, I might as well listen to music or do something until they go away and I can actually fall asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
So if you
typically
can't
it.
sleep, do you get up and do something, or do you just
music is normally my go-to.
but you stay in bed?
Yeah, I stay. I'm not up and roaming.
That's good.
Yeah. I do sleepwalk though.
You do?
I've never told. I don't think I've ever told y'all
Probably
about
should
my
tell your future wife
my
that.
sleepwalking stories. Oh man, and sleep texting. I used to sleep text people. Yes.
No, JP.
I sleep texted Phil one time.
No, you didn't.
What did you tell him?
It was before I was his producer. I was still Dale Jackson's producer, and I was in a sleep texting phase at the moment. And I had a dream, and Phil was involved in the dream somehow. I think I was producing the show, and Phil was coming on to the show in my dream, and I couldn't figure, like, something wasn't working. So in my dream, I was like, I got to grab my phone and text Phil and like tell him.
And you did.
Yeah, I was like, hey, just give me 1 minute. I'm trying to figure it. I woke up and Phil just texted back like, well, good morning. Yeah. But no, I'm a bad sleepwalker. I don't sleep text currently, but it's been an issue before.
Put your phone in airplane mode, and then you can't text out.
That's a good
I mean, what if you texted like the cute girl that you've always had a crush on?
Yeah, that would be an issue.
Yeah.
I thought about getting like those lock apps for your phone that just
Oh,
locks
I
it
have
up.
the brick.
Yes.
Yeah, I need to think about that. Okay, we got time for one more. Would you rather get a postcard every day from a stranger in a different country, or a 10-minute call with anyone in the world you choose once a year?
What am I going to talk to the stranger about?
No. The stranger is sending you a postcard every day from a different country in the world, or a 10-minute call with anyone in the world once a year.
Well, 10-minute.
That's a weird one.
Yeah, that is a weird one.
10-minute call.
What are you going to tell me, stranger?
Okay, we're doing another one real quick. Would you rather peek at someone's diary if they left it open, or close it and walk away?
Close it and walk away.
That's a tough one. That's the right answer.
Depends on who it is. Yes, depends on who it is.
Huh. I'm totally peeking. I mean, and I'm lying if I say I don't.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
I didn't say I haven't.
Yeah.
I would just say now
Abs is
I
going
would
the safe
close
route.
it.
Abs, mom, she chooses the right thing. JP and I are like, we're reading the whole thing.
Reading all of
You
it.
don't know what you're going to find out.
Oh my gosh. I don't know why I just thought about Ashley Biden's diary.
Oh, ooh.
Ugh. Okay. On that note, Oh, we gotta go.
Rightside
Bye.
Radio with Amy Beth, Allison, and JP.